Okay. So what we'll do, we will start with the small tasks to build. I hope the Sunil has explained about you the input, the display message, and the input dialog box, the requirement of that one. So, what industry point of view means the real-time project point of view, we supposed to use logs only because that is the only thing which is going to be used further for investigation at the end, right? So like this is very important. Logs are necessary to maintain your the track of the whole process. So let's say there is some issues at one stage, then okay, so that can be sorry, that can be traced with the help of log messages properly. Uh, so instead of message box, instead of write line, so we are going to prefer logs only. Okay, keep in mind. So we have another method as well, write line and the message box, but those are the only for a small process to be tested. But as and when we are go for the real-time projects, logs are necessary to build. No, logs are necessary to add over there. So we'll start with the small task, that is screen scrapping method. Okay, so what we'll do is I will demonstrate with the one Flipkart. I don't know, you might have done this or not. If you're done, that's fine. Otherwise, if not, so we will do it now. So, what is the beauty of Flipkart? Or you can go with the Amazon as well, not in Flipkart. Okay, so I will search Samsung mobile. Okay, so you can see how many results are there. 634. I don't. Means these are the number of mobiles I can say with their price. These are the brandings, and we have almost 27 of pages. Okay, so can you tell me if you do it manually, how much time we require? I want to extract, let's say, the mobile name and the price. How much time will need to do this if you do it manually?
Too much time for require for the for individually go to the product wise.
Yes. So can we
Mhm.
assume it is a 30 minutes? I mean, like picking up one
Yes,
data and copying it into pasting. Okay. So
yes, yes.
let's do with the bot whether it can be automable. Yes, this is a rule based. How come it is rule based? What we are doing here, we are just opening this website. Okay, typing Samsung mobiles. Third step is what? These are the steps. Okay, just I wanted to clarify how this is manual and how this is repetitive and why it is automable. The first thing is what we have chosen this Google Chrome. We have typed the website. Then in the search box we have typed Samsung mobiles. We got this screen. Now what we are doing, we are going to extract the data like name and the price. Okay, and this is the UI element. I mean, how we are going to interface with this may be a HTML page. This data may be in tabular format, something in the backside we don't know. It may be in tabular format. So what we are going to do, we are going to fetch one by one this data like name and this column name and column. Your so I mean this name and the price will be there in its different column, different rows. We will see because this is in the HTML format in the background side. So the task is what we will do it. This is a rule based, and at the end we can do it like sending the SMS, mail, something. What that process we can do. So let's begin with the small simple process. How this we can do the data scrapping. So once we click on that, we'll just you got this pop up. Open your browser and application document navigate to where you want to extract the data. So it already opened. Press next to on the dialog. Hover the mouse cursor over the data source. Okay. So click that field. So everything is there in front of us. So already this is the I can say the ready-made option available with us. If you want to code it, we can also do the coding. I will show you the both the methods. Just click on next. So it is going to ask about the name of the product. Just click on that. So this is going to create a pattern, you need to indicate a similar field, preferable the last collection, last in the collection. So similar kind of pattern if you want to repeat, means on next row also you want to do, just click on next. Okay. So select the same one. Now you can see it is going to ask you the column name. Let's say I'm going to give the product name of mobile. So this is the column name that is expecting. So you can provide this. And this is just giving a demonstration. It's not a real-time process. Again, it's a, are you interested to extract the URL as well? If yes, we can do it. Otherwise, just click on the next. So it can show you the data on a single page. Can you see this? So it has extracted all the data on the single page, and it is again asking. It is again asking extract correlated data. Correlated data is nothing but the against value of this particular mobile name. Okay, whatever value tagged with this, like Samsung Galaxy F41 has tagged with this particular price. Do you want to extract that? The answer is yes. Then click on extract correlated data. So just click on the same price and the same the name and against the value, the price. Again, it is actually one more pattern to be repeated. So I'm just clicking for the next one. Now just give the name of that particular column. So I'm just giving the name of the particular column, that is price. I click on next. Okay. So you can see we have got the name of the mobile and price. Again, it is asking you that is there any other data you want to extract? If answer is yes, then go ahead. Otherwise, no, then click on the finish. Okay. So before this, I will just go down. Okay, because I want to extract all the data. Finish and click on. It's again asking you, is data spanning multiple pages? I mean, whether you want to extract the data from all the pages. If answer is yes, then click on indicate button. So where we need to indicate for next button, next one. So just click on this next button. So automatically it has done the processing. Can you see this data scraping? It has created one sequence called as data scraping. This is a sequence. So under that, it has created attached browser. Okay, this is the attached browser activity you can find in library. Attached browser. Okay, can you see this attached browser? So attached browser activity has taken and it has used one activity called as extract data. Okay, extract data. That is the again the activity, or you can use this variable. Can you see this extract structure data? All these are the activities. Okay, data scraping is another ready-made tool, or they can say the tool given by the UiPath to extract a particular pattern kind of data. Okay, that pattern is called as, keep the word structured data. Okay, structured and unstructured. So, there are the two types of data. So the HTML data or the tabular data is comes under structured one, and the PDF, let's say PDF is not a structured data. Okay. Okay. So can you see on the right side what is there? So this is the activity called as extract structured data, and we have the one more activity called as data attach browser. So in UiPath, we have the property panel. So Sunil has explained you probably. So property panel is containing all the property related to that particular activity. And as a developer, you must know what are the properties and what is important and what need to be filled, what not need to be filled. So those kind of things you need to keep in mind. Let me explain one by one. Continue on error. Okay, continue on error first of all. This is what, suppose anything happens wrong with this attached browser. Do you want to continue? I mean, do you want to go with the next step? If yes, then click on this. Okay, just click on this. Otherwise, if don't want this, just keep as it is. Okay, then display name. Do you want to change this display name? Attached browser Samsung Samsung page. Yes, we can change this. Whatever you want. Let's say Flipkart. Ready this? So you can change this name. These are the customizable. Right. Next is what browser type. Here is a flexibility which we already done, like Chrome and Firefox. So we have the four options: IE, Firefox, Chrome and Edge. Make sure you already installed these extensions in your UiPath tool. So we already have Chrome and Firefox. So I am going to choose the Chrome one, right? We have done with this Chrome. So we need to select that. This is a selector. Have you heard about this word selector earlier? Yes.
Yes. A selector is an attribute. It is stored in graphical interfaces.
Okay. Okay. Conceptually, that is fine. I mean, definition point of view, that is fine. But what exactly that means? Selector means what? Is that important?
Yes, because UI element changes always.
Yes,
So
yes,
we
yes,
can
yes.
create is a dynamically.
Great. See, yeah, of course, selector is a important one. So just I give just the resemble example of this one selector, like your postcard. Suppose you want to send a postcard to any person. What is important for the postcard? Okay, the person A wants to send a postcard to person B. So can you tell me what is important? First of all, hello.
Pardon?
Yeah, my question is what person A wants to send a letter or a postcard to the person B, then what is important first of all?
Yes. Letter is important in this one.
Of course, letter is there. Then second,
Person. First person to send another person.
okay. But the question again, let me again add one more sub questions. What is that inside that letter which is necessary? Then only the letter can be reached that particular person. Is that address?
Yes.
Of course, even though if you have letter with in your hand, you have the content, everything is there. But if you don't know the
Yes.
address, how the person A can send to the person B, how this letter can be means reached to that particular person B? No. So address is important. So likewise,
Yes.
if you want to reach any UI elements, UI element is the interactive, the user interface, I can say.
Yeah.
To that, if you want to
Yes.
interface, how the bot is going to reach that particular element. So that element is going to is reached through the selector. Okay. So just
Yes.
keep in mind, selector is necessary point. It's just like an address of that particular element.
Okay.
And if that is correct, then only it is going to resend the data, or I can say get the data as well, both the way. So this is the selector you can see, and we have some options here: validate, indicate, highlight, etc. And it has extracted some of the information. Can you see this? Read this. So why I'm showing this, because these are going to be, I mean, many times you are going to come across this point, and you should be aware what exactly selector means. So this has identified this selector. I mean, this UiPath has identified that selector as HTML page with chrome.exe, that is the application, right? Then the title of that particular HTML page is, I think you are well aware about the HTML page. The title of that page is Samsung Mobile something, that this page has been taken from that particular website. Getting, it has only taken two element. One is the application, another is the title of that particular HTML page. That's it. Okay. And as you mentioned, Ilima, of course, selectors are dynamic in some cases. We need to modify it. That is a further part of discussion. But at this point, we just need to look on the selector is important as far as any UI element is considered. So that is one kind of address. Then remaining things are like, you can assign the output of this browser. Okay, whatever browser is, you can assign one variable to that. Okay, and if you want to search a scope, so this also can be decided. And suppose if you don't know any the information of that particular activity or the property, just go there and just hover the mouse. So we'll get to know what exactly that means. The application window in which you to search for the element defined by the selector property. So if you want to select or search a particular element, then you can put this under this particular search scope. Okay. Again, we have this similar kind of property for the extracted, this one, extract data activity. Why I'm explaining this at the beginning only because these are going to be repeated many times. For every activity, we have kind of properties. We need to look at those properties and try to understand. Okay, so we can see this like continue on error already click by default. We can uncheck as well. Display name, we can change it. Then again, click on target. We can have the selector as well. Can you see the selector again here? So the selector, right? It has taken the selector by default. Then it has wait for ready. It has already selected. We have some of the applications here. Wait for ready for complete. I means whether the UI element from which you are getting the data, whether it should be ready to get the data, means you. So you are instructing to the bot that wait for readiness, means wait for complete loading of the page, then only extract the data. That is the meaning of that. Getting my point? Then again we can provide the manual delay as well. Suppose you want to, let's say my internet speed is very less and bot is very speed to do the task. So in that case, what is going to happen? Bot is going to act or they try to extract the data as speed as possible, but internet is not responding. So that is not a problem of bot. That is a problem of internet. So in that case, you need to instruct the bot. Yeah, you need to wait for some amount of time, wait for readiness. Those things we need to assign. Until and unless we assign those things, the bot will not perform properly. So here is the things we need to take care in the property panel. The only doing the task is not a, I mean, it's easy task doing this extraction data, I mean, extra data scrapping, all those things. But as a developer, we need to think on these part as well, because these are the necessary. Bot should not fail because of a small issue. Okay, so this is what we need to think
Yes.
about: the wait for readiness, which things we need to take. None is nothing we need to do. Complete is nothing but what it will wait for complete loading of HTML page, and interactive is nothing but it will wait for that particular amount of time. Means the targeted element if appears, then it extract and go ahead. It will not wait for complete loading. So based on the scenario, based on the requirement, we will choose none, interactive, or complete. Getting the difference, all of these: none, interactive, complete. None is nothing but
Yes.
nothing. It will wait
Nothing.
for some default time and it will go ahead, otherwise throw the exception, throw the error. Interactive means it will wait for appearing of that particular
Wait
target
for
element.
applicant.
Yes. So it will not
Yes.
wait for complete loading. Okay. Target element,
Complete
if
loading. Yes.
and if you select complete one, it will wait for complete loading of your HTML page.
Complete whole resting picture.
Yes. So again, we have the delay between the pages. Page MS means we can do the delay between some of millisecond delay. Then we have the send window message, simulate click. These are some background kind of like application you want to execute. Then you are going to use this send window message and simulate click. As and when
This is
time
the
comes,
input method.
yes, these are the input methods. But
Yes.
as and when
Input methods.
comes in pictures, I will let you know what is importance of this. But at this moment, just we can keep in mind these are the input methods. I mean, how you are want to execute your bot, whether it is background, whether it is front end, is it
Yeah.
possible in the background? Those things, kind of things are there. That is another part. Then output is an interesting part, because for every panel there is output, and that output we need to
Yes.
define. This is the extract data table kind of variable. It has automatically got created. Okay, just have a look on this: name, variable type, scope, and default. Okay, so the bot has created this, I mean, data scraping method has created this variable called as extract data table. Okay, data table is a one kind of variable type again.
Variable type.
Yeah, so the data, so data will be in the tabular format, rows and columns. And here the scope, as
Yes.
usual in other kind of coding technology, scope will again decide. So you can decide the scope as per the requirement. Okay, I think this is what
Yes.
the explanation of this small project. Let's have a look on
Yeah.
this and we will write this. So this is the data table. We will write it in, uh, let's say, Excel one. So I'm just using the activity called as write range activity. This is
Right.
activity related to the Excel one. So you can find two activities over here. In under Excel one, another is workbook. Again, we'll see in the detail what is the difference. These two same activities are there. Right range. Let me pick up those two and explain the difference as this moment. In detail, we'll discuss later on. So this is the right range. Now, question for you people: if you want to write a data to the destination, what we require? Let's say destination is Excel file. So can you tell me what is requirement if you do it manually? Forget about this UI bar.
First our Excel name, sheet name, path,
Good. So first,
range,
range also. Yes. So what we require,
Yes.
first of all, we require the sheet name. Not schedule. First, we require the file name in which you want to write. Okay. Second is what?
Yes.
In which sheet we want to write.
Yes.
Third is
Yes.
what? From where to write. I mean, from
Where
which,
to write.
from starting point, you can say that.
Yes.
And next is a what to write.
Yes.
I mean, what content you want to write.
What?
Yes. So 4 things are required.
Yes.
So if you compare these two, there is a something difference between these two. So in first one,
Yes.
we have the sheet range and the input data.
Data.
But file path is not there. But in case of write range, we have the file path.
Yes.
Okay. So the thing is what in Excel one, when and what means workbook कब use करना है, then Excel when we need to use. The difference, simple difference is what if you want to do multiple processing on the same Excel. I'm repeating the statement. If you are repeating multiple process on the same Excel, then use Excel related activities. Okay.
Okay.
So we have, let's say, Excel scope for that. Okay. Under this, I will drag this. So this is the one, we can say one bucket where we need to put all the activities related to Excel. Let's say I want to read, write, do some calculation, do some processing. Okay. So if you're doing multiple operation on the single Excel, I'm saying and repeating single Excel, then you are going to use, you're supposed to use Excel application scope. Because we here you need to open the Excel at the single time. Okay, need to provide the path at the single time and just use as a bucket, as a top header, and use all the activities inside this. Need not to provide the path for every time. Again, we have some of the flexibility, I can say the properties over here, like if file is not available, then automatically it will get create. Okay, so we can have the auto save option, we can have the visibility options. Okay, in case of workbook, these are the not available. In workbook, we don't have this kind of means feasibility to work on that things. So Excel application scope provides this flexibility. Again, it depends on the situation, depends on the applications, where to use Excel scope, where to use workbook. You may get confused. You may get confused. Key same activities are there for Excel, same activities are there for workbook. Okay, but again, I'm clearing you people. Again, as and when time comes, I will explain the detailed way. But at this moment, just have a look, means have a concept in your mind. Excel application scope is used when more number of process are or the tasks need to be done on the same Excel file. It is better to go with Excel application scope. Okay, and if not, if you want to do only single activities, then go with the right range activity from the workbook directly. Okay, I'll go with right range activity because I need to do only single task here. I will provide a path. Okay, I will provide a path here. So it will by default go to your first process. So what we'll do, we'll create one the Excel file over there. Just click on here project. So in project, you just go to folder. Okay, it will just navigate to you to that particular folder where we have created our project. So I'll create one Excel here. Let's say data. Okay, now I will copy the path of this one. Okay, I will want to copy the file path, otherwise you can directly indicate the path. Both options are available. Just indicate the path here. Okay, data.xlx. Then sheet name. So you can customize this as per your requirement and from where to write. That is A1. Now the question arises, what data need to write? So data table is already there with us. Okay, it accepts the data table. So
Extract data.
Good. So I'm just copying that, and it may arise on some error, and you need to identify what is that error. Okay, can you see this? So so there is no need to compile this. Auto compile option is available with us. So extract data table has showing some error over here. What is this error? Just click on this. What is showing? Extract data table is not declared. What could be the error? What could be the issue? Because already it's declared somewhere. What could be the issue? Okay, the issue is what with your scope. Yeah, yeah, it's just have a look on this. So the scope is data scrapping. Data scrapping is yeah, this is the data scrapping. But now see where this our can say the right range is written. It is written under the sequence, not under data scrapping.
Not redundant.
So we need to change the scope.
Segments.
Now it is had gone.
Yes.
Okay. So now what we'll
Yes.
do, we'll run this. In running again, we have the multiple options. Again, this is going to be repeated multiple times. At this moment, just I will give you the glimpse quickly. So we have this option called as debug. So just click on this. We will find three options. Okay, run file, debug, run. What is the difference between these three? Run file is going to run the current file. Current means there may be multiple tabs here. Okay, there may be multiple tabs. You want to run the current tab only, then just click on run. The debug is nothing but it is going to debug the entire project.
Debug entire project.
The entire project is going to debug step by step, as you said, right? Step by step. And run is nothing but entire project will get run at completely. So we don't want to run entirely. We want to run the current file itself. And again, question: if you want to run the current the file you want to debug, so directly click on this. Don't go with the options. Just click on this debug current file. Directly it will get debugged. So debug is option to, I mean, see whether the correct output is coming or not. And if you do some investigation, do some fault finding, testing point of view, as Nilima, so you mentioned like testing for job role, you are just going to do the interview. So for testing point of view, this is very necessary. Like debug option is there. You need to go with debug options, find out the faults, and find some conclusion. What is the issue? Okay. So just click on this debug options. You will find some of the panel again here. So here slow steps option is available. Then highlight options are available. Now you can see it is going inside. It's going to open the website now. Of course, it has not clicked the website now because in the simulate click is running in the background, and that's why it has fetched all the data. You might surprise it has not visited website. Barabar? You might be surprised that
yes,
yeah, it has not opened any Chrome and this one, and data is not fetched. Yeah, but in the background it has fetched the data because already this tab is open and we have clicked the simulate click. Can you see the simulate click option here? Yeah, simulate click true. The meaning is what? This means is what the application or the this activity will work in background. I mean, no need to fetch the data directly, but this is not going to work at the all the time. Okay. So for front-end application, sometimes you need to provide the file path directly and it will open the browser and extract the data. At this moment, it has already their data at the background. So that's why it's working fine with that. So let's go ahead and see that Excel file and whether data has been extracted or not. Just go ahead and see. Yeah. So it has given all extracted all the data, and of course it needs too much time to work on this, and it has extracted only 100 data. What is the reason? Can you tell me? Because we have given the limit over here. Can you see this? Number of results.
100.
Yeah,
Yes,
100.
it's 100.
Yeah, but ideally it should go with how much there is? 694.
694.
Yeah,
634.
yeah, 634. So these are the number of mobiles are available. So it has extracted only up to fifth page, and it stopped there only because we have mentioned to the bot that only 100 data needs to be captured. So that limit we can extend. Okay, that limit can be extended. So intentionally kept 100 only because to come know that why this is happening like this. Okay, have you understood what we did? This simple task of data scraping from website, and
Yes.
we understood the properties as well here, right? We understood the properties of each activities, what is importance of each properties, right? And we little bit come to know about the selector. Okay. Then we also understood the difference between the this one normal write range, Excel write range, and workbook write range.
Yes, yes.
Okay. So okay. So this is about the simple work task we have done. So do we have any questions, Lima?
Currently not.
Okay.
Actually, I'm preparation to tomorrow's interview.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
related to that, if you have any questions, that also let me know so that I can help you in that manner as well. So if you have any questions, you have any queries in your mind.
Still, I'm doing preparation, not
Hmm.
completed.
Okay. Yeah. Okay.
What is a nugget package in UAPA?
Package is something that is important actually because at the end of your process, okay, just let me show you where the
Okay.
nugget package. So just click on the
Yeah.
publish button. Okay.
Okay.
So this is going to create a nugget package over here in the folder where you want to. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
So we can see the project has been published. Okay.
Okay.
And let me show you this location. It is somewhere it has been predefined. We have created this.
Okay. Yeah.
Somewhere. Yeah, can you see this first process
Yes.
1.0
Yes.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So
Yes. Yes.
this is the package means for deployment point of view. Suppose you want to assign this task to one particular machine.
Okay.
So then we require to provide this package to
Okay.
the orchestrator, or we can directly, if I send this package to you and if you have the UiPath assistant installed on your machine, then directly you can run this
Okay.
package through the UiPath assistant.
Okay.
Let me show you. UiPath assistant is there with me. Okay.
Yes.
So this is the UiPath assistant. So what we can do, we can just go ahead and browse that particular the process. But before that, we need to publish this package on the orchestrator if you're purchased for attended or unattended kind of bot
Bot.
licensing. Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes.
because until unless we publish that particular package, it will not come, won't come here. So we need to publish that particular package onto the orchestrator. So these are the earlier process we
Okay.
have published. So likewise, we will get.
Nugget Explore is required for that.
Sorry.
Explore Nugget Explore is required for that.
No, Explore is not required.
Not
This is,
not
yeah.
required.
This is simply I can say the end file required for further execution.
Okay.
And see, the thing is what, and in real time, if you see this, how this is going to work. Suppose as a developer, I have developed the code, and at the end, I'm not going to send a code to the business. I'm going to send a Nugget package to them, or I will install the
Okay.
Nugget package to the orchestrator, means on their orchestrator, and I will assign the machine to that particular orchestrator. Let's say the ABC machine is there, that is from business. I will assign that
Okay.
particular Nugget package to that machine, and
Okay.
in that machine there would be robot assistant should be there, then only it's going to work
Should be
out.
there.
Yes,
Oh,
today will not be there.
okay.
Today business don't.
So not required.
Yes,
Okay.
no need to require because they
Okay.
are not interested in that. The only assistant will be there as an executor, so we will assign
Yeah.
this particular package to that particular assistant and to the machine, so automatically bot will start working on that.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
One more question is that
Mhm.
if I extract the large image from application or website,
Mhm.
how it is possible? Which activity we can use for that?
For extracting images.
Images, yeah, large image extracted. Is it okay from OCR activity?
No,
Can
no,
we
no.
use
The
for
question is
OCR?
not clear for me whether you want to download it or whether you want to extract the data from the image.
Actually, I'm giving the interview now. Last time they
Mhm.
asked me this type of question: if you have extract the large image from the application or website,
Mhm.
how you possible? How do you extract?
No, no, no.
So
Yeah,
that
maybe
time,
maybe the question is like this. I mean, what I understood, you need to extract the data from the large image or something like image. So what you need to do is how
yes,
we'll do with that. It may be website, it may be
yeah,
applications. So data
yes, yes,
extraction from the images will require the OCR activities.
okay,
So OCR activities, we need to follow that. I mean, we have the UiPath OCR, we have ABI OCR, then
Yes.
Taser OCR
Microsoft,
is a
Google.
Microsoft,
Yes.
yes. So those OCR
Yes.
activities we need to use some of the license, some of the free one, and based on their
Yeah.
accuracy and all
Abby
that.
is required.
Yeah, right now
Abby has
people are
required
working
the
licensing one.
license. Google or Microsoft is not required for
Yes,
that,
yes.
no?
But again, the accuracy is
Yes.
different, no, for Google and the
Okay, okay.
Microsoft.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So depends on
Yes,
the
yes.
algorithm, all that, the accuracy. IB is something the people are now using because it has a more accuracy
Yeah,
than
yeah.
existing one. And I
Yes,
think
yes.
in new version we have the UiPath also having some its own built OCR activity. I mean OCR engine is probably it's correctly I can say.
Yes, yes. Yes.
So
Okay.
yeah, that is there. I mean the OCR activities are required. I mean OCR engine special, not an activity. OCR engine is strong enough to extract the data from the image or the scanned PDF, whatever it is.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Okay, so yeah,
Okay.
for today's we'll stop the session today here only, and we'll come up
Okay.
with some of the task. Meanwhile, you just prepare. If you have any questions, let us know. We'll try to answer those
Yeah.
questions. We'll help you. And
Yes.
meanwhile,
Tomorrow I give the interview. I'm
okay,
collect this interview question and share on the WhatsApp.
yeah, yeah. On group, if you able to share, that is again the better option because everyone will come to
Yes,
know
yes.